just keep on rolling, cause it's all we know. Rolling cause it's all we know, Don't want no conversation.
What we talking about, T Slim back at y'all again. This is what the fuck we talking about today. LeBron haters. Now, I know you're not a lot of y'all motherfuckers on the internet, all typing on YouTube, hating on my dude LeBron. First of all, look, for some reason, I don't know why people hate on greatness. Why y'all don't like greatness, man? I mean, every time this man do something great, y'all discredit or y'all don't care. Just like, I'm gonna talk about games. I'm gonna talk about the finals. Look, they blew Golden State out by how many points? Like 30 something, no, like 21 something like that. They blew Golden State out. Nobody had nothing to say. But then the night before, when Durant dropped that game-winning shot, everybody was dogging LeBron. Everybody was like, "Why you pass the ball? He's an unselfish player." What LeBron did when he passed that ball to Kyle Korver, you paid Kyle Korver to make that fucking shot. He's supposed to do that. LeBron did a basketball play. I'm not mad at that. But then y'all tear down LeBron because he was supposed to be guarding Durant, and then y'all say he gave Durant too much room, and Durant make the shot over. And y'all tear him down for that. This man is averaging a triple-double in the finals, and none of y'all give a fuck about it.
Well,
what the fuck?
You know, like LeBron haters is. It's so sad. This all started with Skip stupid ass Bayless, man. When he came out with that ridiculous shit, and then a lot of LeBron hate came from actually LeBron when he bossed up and made a decision to leave Cleveland and not let a white owner dictate what he does with his career. And see, this the thing, like a lot of his hate come from Jordan fans. Because they worship at the throne of Jordan.
And see, like, y'all gotta let that nostalgia go, by the way. Like, anything that threatens y'all childhood, y'all resent. I mean, it's time to grow up. It's time to become a man. Like, times has changed, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta let that little childhood go. Because, I mean, Space Jam didn't really happen. And, by the way,
I mean, Richard, by the way, Space Jam was a terrible movie. Has a 29-year-old man looking at that movie now, it was terrible.
Alright, but to LeBron, hey, this is the funny thing. LeBron's the only player in NBA history that cannot have help. If Kyrie hits the shot, he saved his legacy. But when Steve Kerr or John Paxson hits the shot, Jordan told him to do it.
Wait, I mean to rush you again, but speaking of legacy, nobody in the early 90s or early 2000s even brought up legacy with Magic Johnson or this whole legacy shit started with LeBron. Why?
Even finals records.
Yeah.
Because players back then was allowed to play their career out and we was able to see, you know what I'm saying, them play their career out, and then we judged them after their career was over. LeBron's the only player we judge him game by game. He deals with more pressure than any other player has in NBA history. But yet, he's the most hated player, but he's been to the finals 8 times. Only
4 times apiece with 2 different teams.
Only 3 players in NBA history, 3, have done it more than won an MVP. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and I think the other one was Bill Russell. 3. And then, Bob Cousy. So, you look at LeBron's career, and you judge him based on standards that aren't even realistic. Like you say, 6 for 6. Like, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan didn't play 6 years.
And the league didn't start in 1988.
He played 15 years. He only went to 6 championships. And then when you got stupid ass motherfuckers like Stephen A. Smith, who lie on national TV constantly, like when he says stupid shit like, "Oh well, if LeBron gets swept, there's no way you could be in the GOAT discussion because you get swept twice in the finals." Like Magic Johnson got swept twice in the finals, and Kareem got swept twice in the finals. They got swept against the 76ers and the Detroit Pistons. Yeah. So not only are you making up shit, you create new standards as it goes on. Yeah. And then it's not like if he did got swept, which he didn't, which he beat Golden State the other night. If he did got swept, question is, look who he's playing. Look who he's playing. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all 4 All-Stars, all 4 All-NBA players. 2 of the players won 3 MVPs combined. We never seen 2 MVPs play on the same team in their prime.
Dude, the Golden State Warriors are 203 and 38 in regular season play. For the last 3 seasons they went to the finals, dude. They only lost 38 times regular season wise.
Yeah, this a team that lost 20. The last game they lost besides last night was in March.
Yeah, no, hey, what was it?
No, it was March. And you can't judge LeBron based on what Jordan did. How can LeBron ever be better than Jordan if he did exactly what Jordan did? I mean, you gotta go your own route. That's the problem with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant fan
Jordan clone
arguing with Jordan is like arguing over Jordan. They really don't have an argument because he basically took all his moves.
Yeah, he's a Jordan clone. Everything Kobe does is Jordan.
So Kobe could never be better than Jordan based on the fact that he mimicked everything Jordan ever did, but then he didn't accomplish as much as Jordan did. But at the same time, LeBron is doing more than what Jordan ever done.
Right.
Here, you say 6-0, but what about 3-1? What about beating a 73-win team? Jordan played on a 72-win team. LeBron beat a 73-win team. And then some of the hate that y'all say be so ridiculous. Y'all, the haters, y'all don't even know y'all calling him the GOAT without even saying it. Because y'all want him to win a championship with no help. But just because you seen him go to the finals with no help. I mean, you got to think. If I would have told you a 22-year-old player came into the league, dragged a team to the finals with Eric Snow, Larry Hughes, Z, Drew Gooden, Sasha Bum-Ass Pavlovic, y'all be talking about this.
Ira Newell.
Y'all be talking about he's one of the greatest players ever. Not only, and then the haters, y'all make up shit as y'all go. Y'all say he not clutch, but he hits the game-winning shot against the Bulls. Hits the game-winning shot against Indiana. Y'all say he don't come through down the stretch. He came through down the stretch. Game 6 against San Antonio. Game 7 against San Antonio. Game 7 last year. Game 6 last year. I mean, I could go on and on and on of times he came through. What about big games? Down 2-1 against Indiana. He dropped 40, 18, and 9. Down 3-2 against Boston. Drops 45, 15, and 5. I mean, LeBron is 2-0 in Game 7s. We forget about that.
Oh.
We forget about that. We don't want to bring that up. And then you say, oh, well, Jordan never went to a Game 7. Because the teams he played weren't fucking good enough.
Shit.
When you play a Jeff Hornacek, and you're playing Hershey Hawkins.
And Cliff Robinson.
Man, you playing bums. Of course you ain't going to no Game 7. And don't give me no Karl Malone. Because Karl Malone is 0-3 in the finals. Since y'all love finals records so much. LeBron haters. The haters, y'all are so delusional. Y'all make up shit as y'all go. When we say, oh, LeBron is better because he's been in the finals more, then you bring up finals records. But then, if finals records matter, then why isn't Robert Horry the GOAT? Because he's 7-7. He's 7 for 7. John Havlicek is 8 for 8.
We can kill it. We can say Bill Russell will go.
Then, yeah, man.
That kills it all.
Bill Russell, 11 for 13. And that's 13 seasons.
That killed everybody.
So, I mean, you say rings, but then when we say Bill Russell or something like that, and you say rings don't matter. Then when you try to criticize LeBron, you say, well, he's not a scorer, but he averaged 27. Well, he's not a... Well, he doesn't come through down the stretch, but he's one of the most clutch players ever, statistically. I mean, men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell the truth. That's why LeBron haters, y'all don't like stats, because y'all don't like math.
Yeah.
Y'all don't like to add numbers. Y'all don't like to see percentages. I mean, come on, the hate he gets is utterly ridiculous.
And I'm a chime in with this. Like I told you the other day, man, it's disgusting how everybody's shitting on LeBron because, oh, you started this whole super team, you live by a super team, you die by a super team. LeBron getting a taste of his own medicine, and I don't feel sorry for him. You know how fucking idiotic and retarded that sounds? What LeBron eat doesn't make Kevin Durant shit. All right, that man doesn't have anything to do with the decisions Kevin Durant made. Niggas sound fucking pathetic.
But not only that though. You say LeBron started a super team, and obviously y'all don't know history of basketball because Wilt Chamberlain went to LA with Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Then you had Kareem and Oscar Robertson play on the same team. You had Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Tiny Archibald on the same team. Then you had Magic Johnson, Kareem, and James Worthy. But then y'all say, well, oh, those teams are built through the draft. Kareem wasn't drafted by LA. He was drafted by the Bucks. He got traded to LA. So when the GM makes a decision to make a team better, it's okay. But when the player makes a decision, it's wrong. But at the same time, though, like, what about when Scottie Pippen went to Houston to play with Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon?
Yeah, with that struggle of
and then
retirement home.
Here go another team that came about the same way Miami did. What about Orlando with T-Mac and Grant Hill? The reason why we don't bring that up is because Grant Hill got hurt. Yeah. But Grant Hill and T-Mac was free agents at the same time, and they went to Orlando. And then the third player that was supposed to go was Tim Duncan. But he ended up staying. What about when Shaq was a free agent and he left on his rookie contract to go to LA to team up with Kobe, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel? That was a super team. They had 4 All-Stars. 4 All-Stars.
The Lakers had multiple versions of a super team.
What about when Tim Duncan and David Robinson got together? When San Antonio miraculously gets the #1 pick after completely sabotaging their season?
Yeah, they tank, man, bro.
Okay, so what about when Paul Pierce and KG and Ray Allen got together? Oh well, that was through trade. No. So when a white man does it, it's cool. But when a black man makes his own decision, it's a problem. And then your haters would say, well, LeBron played with more Hall of Famers than Jordan because he played on more teams. You fucking idiot. He played on more teams. So I mean, the stupid shit y'all be saying. Like, oh well, he had a team up with D Wade and Bosh. Right, so what happened when he left D Wade and Bosh? How good they Bosh
went down to fucking shit.
Time out. They didn't make the playoffs the next year. Not only that, D Wade knees went out, and then Chris Bosh heart almost burst. Right. Carrying that load without LeBron is a heavy burden. And he almost died. Fuck y'all be talking about, man. Make fucking sense when y'all talk, man. I mean, all the hate this man gets, it be so fucking ridiculous. And then to compare Kevin Durant to LeBron and act like that's the same decision.
It's nowhere in hell to compare that. It's not.
Kevin Durant was up 3-1 against Golden State. He had 3 games to win 1.
All you had to do was win 1 fucking game.
And then somehow, some way, he finds a way to choke away 3 games in a row and point shaving, and then jacking up shots in game 6 to blow the lead, and they lost. And then in game 7, he don't want to score until the end of the game when they was down 15. But he left Russell Westbrook. LeBron left Mo Williams,
Delonte West,
Ben Wallace.
Oh God, I'm getting sick.
Varejao, Z. Hold on, what about Darren Jackson? No, Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell Jackson.
Boobie Gibson.
Yep. Drew Gooden.
No, he went on that. No, even worse. Joe Smith, nigga.
At that point in his career, he was a bum.
Joe Smith been a bum his whole career. He left that team. Durant left a team that was a contender. They had
a legit contender.
They beat the Spurs, who won 67 games, and then they had a team that was 73 wins. They had them down 3-1. If OKC would have ran the table, they would have probably had the greatest run in NBA history. But hold on, he leaves that team and joins another contender while taking away OKC. He goes join another contender where LeBron created a contender, because Miami didn't even pass the first round. They lost 4-1 against Boston the same year.
LeBron didn't necessarily eliminate his direct competition. Like, could you imagine Walmart buying Target? It would be an uproar out here. Like,
and then y'all say, oh well, LeBron asking for help. And you see the Golden State Warriors team? What the fuck? Hell yeah, you need help. Which, like, it's funny. When LeBron asked for help, it's a problem. But when Jordan was crying for help, it was cool. When Kobe was about to leave LA, and go to Detroit when they was trying to trade him to Detroit, or he was going to go to the Clippers or the Bulls. It was cool. But when he asked for help, and then they miraculously trade Kwame Brown for Pau Gasol,
Jordan cried to the fucking GM. It was like, come on, man. He ran up to the GM at the time.
Then always forgetting about when Dwight Howard went to LA. You forget about that?
Yeah.
When it was Dwight, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Kobe, Derek, Steve Nash.
That shit failed.
It failed, but it still was a super team. Nobody had an issue then. Well, because Kobe stayed on his team, because the GM was smart enough to make the trade. I mean, Danny Ferry, where he at right now?
And Danny Ferry, bro.
I mean, look, man, the hate LeBron get is just ridiculous. Let's just sit back and enjoy greatness. This guy is the first player in NBA history that has 6,000 points in the playoffs. Nobody will ever break that record, because nobody's gonna make the finals that many times and still average 28 points. Right now, he averaged a triple-double in the finals. He's gonna be the first player to average a triple-double in the finals. In the finals. And think about this, he averaged a triple-double on 32 points, shooting 55%, and they're down 3-1. That's how good the Golden State is. But not only that, that's how great he is. Because y'all talk about Durant just getting his little 30, like he always been doing.
And it has no effect on the game, like last night.
Had 35 in a blowout.
Yeah.
So, win, lose, or draw, blowout, close game, Durant go get 30. He wake up with 30.
Right. That nigga pissed.
That nigga got 30 right now.
Right. He got 30 in his sleep.
But at the same time, like, LeBron he just broke the record for most triple doubles in the finals.
Past Magic, right?
Past Magic Johnson. He just passed Jordan in finals points. Then he's gonna be #1 all time in points. He has a chance to do that. He's gonna be top 3 easily. Top 3 in points. Then he's gonna be 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds. Man, dude, we're watching the greatest player who ever played the game. Enjoy it. You can hate it if you want, man. But you wasting your time. You waste your time, man. That's what the fuck you talking about, man. It's Tia Smith, man. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Stephen A. Smith, cut your ear off, man.
Wake up and hop out the bed. I'm about to roll something ridiculous. Couple loud ass zones.